Life is impossibly hard. Do you feel it? Do you feel it? And it can feel like everything is hanging on you. Everything is on your shoulders. You're on your own trying to navigate through this wacky world, this horrible situation that we find ourselves in. But we are not alone. We have spirit guides. We have a team that is on our side. I'm going to talk about how you can start to work with them, how you can start to partner with them so that your life can get a little bit easier. I do it myself, and it has changed my life. It makes everything so much easier and smoother, and it gives me so much comfort to know that like this is not something I have to hold all on my own. If you've watched my channel before, you know that I am all about how we come into form to learn particular life lessons, to have particular life experiences that are challenging, that are hard, that are full of contrast, as is often talked about. Life is meant to be hard. Doesn't mean we need to suffer, but it is meant to be hard because it is through this that we go through these homework assignments that we learn and we grow and we evolve as souls, or rather remember who we are at our nature and our true core self. Well, we aren't thrown into this world alone. It might feel like it, but we are not alone. We have a team of spirit guides that work with us. On that team, we have a primary spirit guide, one person that works with us, or being that works with us throughout our entire life, and also was with us before we came into form when we were planning out our lives. This being is older than us on a spiritual soul level. They've been through the incarnation game a bit more than we have. So they have wisdom and experience that they're bringing to it. And they have dealt with lives that are similar to ours, challenges that are similar to ours. They understand us and they know us at a deep, deep level. And they love us on a deep, deep level. They're here to help us in whatever it is that we're wanting to accomplish. You have your primary one, as I mentioned before, that sticks with you throughout your life, and you have spirit guides that come in to help you through particular challenges, through particular things you're working on. I like to consider them specialists. Maybe you're working on connecting to your feminine power. Maybe you're not even doing that intentionally, but all of these situations in your life are coming up because you're needing to connect to your feminine power, that's what the challenge is that you're wanting to learn. And so you might have guides that come in specifically for that particular life lesson that help you in that way. And people that have passed over also can become our spirit guides. Your mother, your father, your grandparent, that aunt you loved, that friend that passed too soon. On the other side, they can look out for you and look over you and help you as well and kind of do their own little mini training on what it is to be a spirit guide. They aren't your primary guide, but they can help. So you have a team of folks. They helped us plan out this game that we're playing, this round of the life game. And then they said, don't worry, we will be with you every step of the way. We will be with you when things are hard and when they're dark. Just ask for help and we will be there for you. And now I know what you're thinking, Jillian, my life is rough. Where are my spirit guides? What are they getting up to? Because I feel like I'm on my own. Well, here's the thing. They can help you when it's like an emergency situation, they got to take care of you. They're going to help you stay on the path of things you agreed to. But other than that, they're usually going to be hands off and say, okay, this is your life. You're living this how you're choosing to live it, and we're not going to interfere. That's the game. They're giving you free will. They're staying out of your way. I'm reminded of when my niece was like 4 years old and she got this Play-Doh set and there were issues about putting it together, figuring out how to use it. And I wanted to jump in to try to help her. And she was like, back off. I've got this. So I was like, okay, little independent lady, I'll let you do it. You figure it out. Like, I could see what needed to happen and all the pieces, but she wanted to figure it out on her own. So I was like, okay, well, you just let me know if you need any help. I'm here if you need any help. But other than that, I'm going to let you figure this out. You're going to have this experience on your own. And then you're going to have the success of figuring out, hey, I got this. I figured this out on my own. And you're going to learn and play and explore as you're figuring it out. Well, that's how it works with spirit guides. So right now, if you are dealing with something really hard and challenging, I'm going to guess you are, because you're alive. And this is hard. Ask for help. You don't have to do it in any magical way. You don't have to light candles and hold crystals, though you can. If that's your gig, do it. But you can simply ask verbally or mentally, because we communicate telepathically in our natural state, our natural form. They can communicate with us telepathically, and that is how we communicate on the other side. So it's no different in form, other than we in the physical don't sometimes realize those messages that we're receiving are from our guides and not just thoughts in our own head. They might talk back to you. They might think at you. This might come into thoughts that come into your head. I know it sounds wild, but it could be thoughts that come into your head that give you ideas or inspiration for actions to take or a direction to go into. You pay attention. Are there thoughts that, like, this doesn't really seem like it would come from me? That was what my very first experience in hearing my spirit guides was like. I had been talking to my spirit guides, I think, since I was like a teenager when I had first heard about spirit guides. So I would just talk at these guides, my guardians, what I would call them, my guardian. And, didn't really focus on hearing back from them. I didn't think I was going to be able to hear back from them. And then when I was in my mid-20s, I decided to go to Peru, which I did a whole video about how I did ayahuasca in Peru, and you can watch that video. But I was petrified. I was going to Peru for 2 months, and I had been studying Spanish, but it was not good. It was not good. I did not know how I was going to manage because I knew my Spanish wasn't going to be good enough. I had signed up to take Spanish lessons when I was there at a school, and I just figured I'll get there and I'll be like in the remedial class because like my Spanish wasn't good. And I was in the bathroom. I say that because oddly, there's something about being in the bathroom that I don't know if I'm more open, but I seem to get more information in that space from my spirit guides. Maybe it's all of the water. Maybe the water amplifies the communication. I don't know. But the thought came into my head that actually I was going to do just fine, and that when I got to the school, I was going to be placed in the highest level. And I was like, well, that's not true. I remember being like, that was a weird thought because it was not something I believed at all, and it was very contrary. So, and it wasn't like, oh, that made me feel good. It was just kind of like, oh, so it wasn't even like something I was telling myself to like make myself feel better. I didn't believe it at all. It was not helpful. I just thought it was bizarre. And then when I got down there and they tested me, I ended up having the best Spanish of the folks that were showing up. And I, sure enough, got placed in the highest level. Surprising to me. And then also, as I went around through all of the Peru, Cusco, the Amazon, etc., and spoke with a variety of people, I got around just fine. So that's when I learned, like, oh, that message was from my spirit guides. And since then, I have, and still continue because I talk with them all the time, I listen to my thoughts to see, okay, is this something that's from me or my guides? I have noticed and seen and experienced that typically guides communicate in very loving, supportive ways. They'll often talk a lot, especially in initial conversations and communications, about how much they love you, how much they support you, how wonderful you are. So if you don't talk to yourself this way, this might be a big sign that this is your spirit guides. You can communicate with them more directly as well. If you do decide to do it via writing, you can do a journal or even on a computer. This is a great one to play around with and just like free yourself from judgment and being critical and just play with it. If you just play and sit down at your computer or your journal, depending on if you're analog or not, and you write down whatever your question is, which could simply be, what do my guides want me to know? What do my guides have to tell me today? And just open yourself up, like ground yourself, put in some protection, just intend to be in a safe space, light a candle, get a crystal, whatever spiritually turns you on and makes you feel like you're in a little bit more of a heightened space. There's no must-dos on what this looks like, but it's more about how it makes you feel and how it puts you in a particular place or space. So when you get into that place or space and you've created that environment, open yourself up and open yourself up, particularly to the intention of beings that are in my highest good, that are full of light, that are here to support me, specifically for my guides. You don't need to be opening yourself up to everybody out there, but opening yourself up to your guides. And then see, as you write your question or you type your question, what words come into your head, and then just start pouring them down on a piece of paper and just see, maybe it is you. Maybe it is you that's writing all of this out, but just play along. And at the end, read it and see what it says. And then ask yourself, does this sound like something that I just say to myself all the time? Or is there possibly something that this is coming from a guide? So you can think at your spirit guides, you can talk to your spirit guides, you can write to your spirit guides, whatever help it is that you're wanting. And I really mean whatever help it is that you're wanting. If you want help trying to figure out why you keep having the same problems over and over again, and you're like, I don't understand why this keeps on happening to me, can you help me? You can ask for help. You can ask for help for little things too. You don't just need to save it for the big stuff. You can ask for help for a parking space. I do this all the time, as do a lot of my friends, and it works. Just ask for a parking space and one can magically appear right where you need it. I will admit, I will often use them as technical support. If I am on my computer and like the web page is freezing or the video isn't loading, I'll ask them, I'll be like, please, can you help me make this work? And it does work. So don't feel like you need to wait to ask for help until it's really important, like you're somehow bothering them. You are not bothering them. The whole point is they are here for you. You might not be in a space, if you're in a really hard, difficult space, you might not be able to like receive information from your spirit guides because you're in the muck. You're in the muck, and maybe all you need to do right now is to ask your spirit guides to help get you out of the muck so that you can hear them. Maybe you ask your spirit guides for ways that you can understand them, or ask for messages from them, or ask for particular messages for them. Maybe you're asking for particular symbols or particular numbers. Angel numbers is a thing that people will use as a way for their spirit guides to be like, hey, I'm here for you, I'm looking out for you. Angel numbers, for those of you who don't know what those are, is when you see a series of numbers like 1111, 1111, 222, or maybe a pattern of numbers that's special and specific to you. That could be your guides saying, hey, I'm here with you. You're not alone. We've got you. And in fact, different numbers do mean different things. And so if you see a particular pattern, if you see 444 over again, you can look it up and be like, oh, my guides are telling me that they're supporting me, that the universe has my back. They also will work to bring things into your life. If you keep on getting the same piece of information coming to you over and over and over again, like somebody keeps on telling you about the same book. They might also help you by bringing people into your life. You might have like this magical encounter with somebody in the store that happens to make you feel seen or heard, or provides a piece of information, or is able to help you with some particular thing, to help you navigate through whatever the challenge is, whatever it is that you're needing help on. They can bring in other people. They can also work on adjusting circumstances. In big disasters like the Titanic or 9/11, that things will happen that will cause people to not be able to show up for work, show up for that plane flight, show up for the Titanic. So they can help arrange circumstances to protect you as well. The other way that they can help is just by shining some love on you. It's hard. It's hard to be here. This is a place where there's far too little love, right? We're starving for love in physical form. And sometimes that's how they can help us, is just by radiating love at us so that we're not alone. You don't have to go through life on your own. You are not alone. You're not alone. I mean, granted, you've got a lot of other people. There's other human beings all over the place. We're all hot messes. We're all doing our best. We hope, at least. But I mean, you actually have people that are on your team. You have a team. You have a support team on Earth. It's time to start using them. Now, if you are dealing with a lot of struggles, it could be that you're going through the spiritual awakening process. It's one of the stages. One of the stages is the dark night of the soul, where everything is super hard and horrible. If you think or wonder if you are going through a spiritual awakening, check out this video where I talk all about the spiritual awakening process, the different stages, and how to figure out if this is what you're dealing with and what you need to do to get on up to the part where you feel like love and ecstatic and happy to be in physical form. If that's possible, check out the video and I'll see you there.